Welcome back, everyone. We have an update from Cadrenal Therapeutics, Inc., which trades on the NASDAQ under the symbol CVKD and is developing tecarfarin for unmet needs in anticoagulation therapy. Please welcome its chairman and CEO, Mr. Quang Pham. Nice to see you again.
Thanks, Anna. Good to be back with the Emerging Growth Conference.
All right, tell us a little bit about your updates.
Well, we're going to show you the forward-looking statements for the audience review. And then we'll go on to the slide 3 update. So just as a quick review, Cadrenal, we are a public company, late-stage drug candidate tecarfarin, 11 clinical trials, nearly 1,000 patients. And we're focusing on developing tecarfarin, which has orphan drug designation as well as fast track, basically to prevent heart attacks and strokes in patients with implanted cardiac devices, which I'll go into a little bit, or those who have rare cardiovascular conditions who required lifelong anticoagulation or blood thinner. And so implanted cardiac devices, it's a group of devices that help folks with cardiovascular disease. And the one we're going to talk about with an update today is those with the left ventricular assist devices, which help the heart pump blood into for patients with heart failure. And so we're also talking a little bit about patients with mechanical heart valves, and then other patients that have cardiac pacemakers also require this. And then the rare cardiovascular conditions, one of them we've got already, the orphan drug designation, is for a group of patients with basically impaired renal or kidney disease, end-stage kidney disease, and concurrent atrial fibrillation or AFib, irregular heartbeat. And so with that, we believe tecarfarin is positioned to meet those unmet needs, really a gap between the old drug, the 70-year-old drug warfarin, and the drugs that came out about a decade ago or so, which we call the Eliquis class of drugs. And there's a new set of drugs on the horizon called the Factor 11s. As far as we know, we don't see any research or dedication for these group of patients. And thus a reminder again, the FDA Orphan Drug Office has designated tecarfarin an orphan drug candidate for two rare conditions. The first one being left ventricular assist devices patients, and the other one with end-stage kidney disease with atrial fibrillation patients. That one also has a fast track designation from the FDA. And in the history of blood thinning or oral anticoagulation, basically, the billion-dollar companies that have really innovative implanted cardiac devices have, the pacemakers, the LVADs, the mechanical heart valves, the tissue valves, but the patients rely on lifelong blood thinning solutions. They have one choice, and that's the old drug warfarin. There have been trials with the newer drugs like Xarelto and Eliquis, and in these group of patients, they have not shown any benefit, and there's really no future as far as we know, our current investigation in the newer class of drug. Next slide, please. With that, we'll go review the key investment highlights for what we believe is a great opportunity for tecarfarin in this unmet need group here, somewhere between what warfarin has provided and has failed to provide stable anticoagulation, and where the other class of drug, the Eliquis class of drugs, has not been able to show any benefit. And so tecarfarin has basically the same proven mechanism of action as warfarin. It's very well understood by physicians worldwide. But what it mainly was designed to do was to solve the problems and the instability of the legacy vitamin K antagonists like warfarin, because of this difference in its metabolism not being done through the CYP450, where a lot of drug-drug interactions happen, food instability, food-drug interaction, and other things that complicate patients that are on multiple drugs that have to take warfarin. So what we're looking to do with tecarfarin is to demonstrate an improved safety profile as well as efficacy through one more pivotal trial in one of these areas that we're focused on. And the one we're focused on is the one that I mentioned first, patients with left ventricular assist device, where in April, we receive an orphan drug designation. The drug tecarfarin, our drug, has been proven to be safe, 11 clinical trials and nearly 1,000 patients globally. We have a clear regulatory path. We have been in communications with the FDA, and we have plans to initiate manufacturing later this year for tecarfarin, a drug product. And so we have, we believe, a tremendous opportunity for investors for an unmet need drug like tecarfarin with multiple orphan drug designations in at least 3 areas. These are multi-billion-dollar opportunities in the U.S. alone. We believe, in closing, that we have an experienced management team with a very executable business plan to address this multi-billion-dollar market opportunity. So with that, I'll pause for any questions, Anna, to update the audience.
Great job, Quang. We do have some questions for you. Talk a little bit about this recent press release you issued on data from an Abbott-sponsored clinical trial. So what did the data demonstrate, and how does it affect your program?
Well, first of all, we commend Abbott. Abbott's the world leader in implanted cardiac devices, definitely the world leader in LVAD. The only left ventricular assist device in the United States right now is their latest HeartMate 3. And in April, Abbott Heart Failure Division presented their primary investigator, Dr. Mandeep Mehra from Harvard, presented a presentation talking about their trial ARIES, which involved over 600 patients on the HeartMate 3, comparing warfarin and warfarin with aspirin. And basically, the removal of aspirin was the outcome of the trial. But also, the one that affected us was that the anticoagulation therapy with warfarin was deemed to correlated with what we call a time and therapeutic area as a measurement of INR, international normalization, which is a measurement of the effectiveness of a blood thinner such as warfarin and our drug tecarfarin. So the need was presented, and we believe, as Dr. Mehra, tecarfarin has the potential to be that new blood thinner for these patients. So, we believe, the ARIES 3 study will really give us a clear picture of the hemocompatibility of not only warfarin, but also how patients were recruited, as well as the execution of that trial.
Well, fantastic. That's great news. Now, of these 3 programs you're targeting, which one is considered your lead program?
Well, I think our investors and future investors to investigate the 3 that we've outlined, where there's going to be not only the greatest unmet need, the right size trial, as well as the FDA input, but also from a financial perspective, the greatest return on ROI. So at this point, we're very excited about the opportunities with tecarfarin and LVAD, and we're continuing conversations with potential partners, as well as getting the drug ready. So in threefold, interactions with the FDA, preparing to manufacture the drug product, and really not only continuing, but expanding our partnering conversations.
And concerning this upcoming clinical trial you have, what are you doing to prepare for it?
Well, once again, FDA, CMC partnering, and the last component, speaking with potential investors as we get feedback from partnering discussions in the FDA primarily, and the timing of our drug product to execute a financing to get the trial done. We have a very strong cash position, $6.6 million as of our last disclosure, March 30th. We have no debt, and we believe an orphan size pivotal trial would be very attractive for an unmet need, which we not only have been showing to investors, but now with the comment by Dr. Mehra as well as the Ares 3 trial by Abbott that was revealed in April, showed the need for potentially a new drug for LVAD patients to keep them free of getting blood clots while they're, surviving heart failure with the help of an LVAD, a great LVAD such as the HeartMate 3.
Well, that's a good place to be. What final comments do you have for our viewers today?
I just want to thank the viewer, potential investors. We still believe strongly in the opportunity of Cadrenal, but specifically our lead candidate, tecarfarin. This will be, if approved in the near future, it would be the first new drug in this category in over 70 years. And I think when you look back and look at the great technologies and advances in cardiac implanted devices from companies such as Abbott and other great developers around the world, we believe that the patients that have been implanted with these devices deserve a new drug. And that's our plan, is to execute our business plan to potentially bring tecarfarin to these patients in the next few years.
Well, fantastic. Thank you for this really nice update, and we will enjoy following you along in the near future. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you, Anna.
All right, everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back with A2 Biopharma.